We are conducting our set of interviews for our five-star board veterans board of directors. I'm here with Douglas the Chico. He is our secretary on the board. Let us know about yourself, sir.
I'm a Navy veteran, served in '01 to '05 on Kitty Hawk in Japan, and right now currently living in Philippines and have property here for farming and agricultural uses, and plan to help veterans further with this property and or others.
Thank you. And you say you are a Navy veteran, and thank you for your 4 years of service and what you are currently doing in your property in Philippines to help veterans. And please elaborate more on how you're trying to help veterans in that area.
I'd like to get the veterans who do live in Philippines who don't have the proper help, get them the help and possibly a retreat, um, and as well as veterans in the U.S. eventually, um, to be able to provide not just a few services, but a retreat for them to get out of their current situation, or if they don't have a situation to be in, temporary housing slash like recuperation, rehabilitation, whatever you want to call it, through various things, which is going to be individual for the veteran.
And that's awesome. Thank you. And I agree, being a veteran and possibly, especially dealing with mental health and even certain environments that you may be living in, it could make those mental health situations worse from our experiences in the military. And I do honestly like the location that you are living in because it does have natural fresh air, which is good for our bodies. You live on, I believe, an acre and a half land. So you have plenty of land and the natural resources from the land to eat healthier. You have your own chickens. I believe you stated to me you're going to get your own fish pond. And most importantly, getting away and getting a peace of mind and to get out of their own head. Therefore, while we are working on that process, kind of like sort of get them right more spiritually, and while we're working on their claims at the same time, and possibly have all of that, through grants or funding, have that paid for on that service. But we will figure that out once we get into that. But thank you for sharing what you are doing on the land, not only for your own mental health and your families, but for helping veterans as well. Thank you, Douglas. What makes our organization's mission statement powerful for you?
I think it's important to support the veterans after their service, not just the people who are serving, because that's the people who are the veterans, people in the military that are really struggling. Is after they get out, all the veterans, and the resources are almost, well, used to be almost non-existent. Now they've been getting better, which is part of what we're doing, part of what you've done personally, mental health advocacy, those types of things. I just want to give more resources to the veterans and more, I guess, a better system for the VA, kind of a spoken word to be able to tell the VA what the veteran needs.
Through our own experiences and challenges. And thank you, Douglas, for those kind words about what I started doing with the advocacy council, because it was very difficult. But like they say, God will put good people and like minded people in your life, and therefore He will take those same bad people out of your life. And I'm very blessed to have known you for about 18, 19 years or so now, and to see the growth that you have made and putting in your own experience and resources and to support our mission statement in the organization, and as you said, to make a positive impact and change in the VA system and those different communities where a veteran may live. Thank you, Douglas. Do you have personal aspirations serving on our board?
Yes, I do. I feel passionately about helping veterans and be part of a group that can make a difference in a more formal way.
I agree, and those are very good qualities. Thank you. What does success look like to you?
For me, just being healthy and being able to serve a bigger purpose in my life. That's that's it. Specifically as of right now, veterans, and I plan to do things with local communities here in Philippines while I do that. Um, so that's my it's a future thing, but yes.
Thank you, Douglas, and I agree that is a good point of view for success, not only personally, but helping somebody else find their passion as well. Because you can, I'm pretty sure you can agree with me and other veterans who may be viewing that military sometimes may not be the best influence on people, especially the different circumstances we may face. Everything is case by case. Some may not experience certain things as others may have, but one thing we do experience is that sort of changed environment from becoming a civilian to a military member, and then finding that we kind of lose that purpose in a way, transitioning back into civilian life. And especially like you and myself and our command that we served on together, it was kind of unlawful, in my opinion, of what they did to us. What what motivates you?
Um, Honestly, it's helping other people. It's been always been my strength, and like everything ends up always being your biggest weakness too. But it's always helping other people and doing things with other people and getting everyone to progress. You know what I'm saying? Not That's kind of what has always driven me.
And you bring up another good point that you know in the military, we do have to work as a team to complete that mission. And no matter where you come from, the background, whether it's good, bad, or in between, we have to use those skills to help each other and get each other's back, especially if it's in a war situation. And most importantly, like in the Bible, it's with Jesus or Moses or etc. The different books, how they have their own followers and trying to motivate them and make other people around their lives better. So thank you for your answer. So the next question is, what special skills can you contribute to the board, organization, and society?
Well, definitely, the unique thing that I bring is definitely that I live in a different country. It'd be that I live in Philippines, and there are a lot of veterans here, being that they two bases that they actually recently shut down. So there's going to be a lot of there is a lot of veterans here in those two, specifically those two places. And even outside from being in the living here from the military, there's a lot of ex-veterans who decide to move here for price of living, and or wife or husband is from here. the unique thing is that I live here, so I can help in that way that I'm actually here. And also that I already have a property started um, here, which in US, I'm not sure. I definitely would not have the money to do. I'm not sure how long that would take for us to get started, but um, I do have a piece of land already here started with the mission in mind, day by day planning that. So
Thank you and for that amazing response. And I do agree, based on your own experiences and challenges of being a veteran and dealing with your own challenges in that area and living in that country, there's not many resources, especially for veterans or the society there. And they also have a VA clinic in the Manila area. And the VA does have what is called an FMP, Foreign Medical Program. But in order to qualify, it has to be related to an issue related to your disability. And if it is something more life threatening and they don't have those resources there that can help that individual, guess what? They have to pay out of their own pocket to fly back to the VA in the town or city that they live in. That's expenses and resources. So, like you stated earlier, connecting to different resources in the community too, where we can start helping more individuals in that region, especially since we stated in our bylaws as well for 5 star that we would like to work in that region too of helping society, especially when it comes to veterans such as yourself who retired and living there. But thank you very much for that answers. Name 3 of your favorite books and why.
purpose driven life is definitely one. Um, by actually my pastor in the U.S. Written by a pastor in the U.S. I think it's the most read Christian book. Love. I'm not sure who it's written by. It's just titled Love, but it's about the commandment of love, and it's basically the New Testament. Um, Laws of the New Testament are basically bound by love, and which is what ideally what all Christians and Catholics should be living by. And then the third one I would say would be probably Robert Kiyosaki. His It wasn't Rich Dad Poor Dad is a good one, and there's another one that I had read a few years ago.
Speaking of Robert Kiyosaki, what more specifically draws his attention to you? What draws your attention to his books?
Well, for one, he was a veteran, born in
Yes, he
Japan.
was.
Born in Japan, moved to America for the American dream. Joined the military because he loved the idea of America and their freedom. Did the military, got out of the military, struggled like most do, and lived out of his car with his wife and kid. And from that, he made his success by. I mean, he didn't have a goal or idea in the beginning, but obviously what he does now is nothing like it was before. But he basically he had determination and he had faith in the American dream. So that I always like. Uh, it's kind of inspirational, as well as he's very smart in using the system for what it's there for. And not just that, but right now he's focused on educating everybody what is in the system and how the proper way to use it, why the rich people are making money and why the poor people are not making money. He is, know what you want to call, some things he's exposing, but in some things he's just educating. Either way, a lot of the public does not know about it. And you really have to be, there's a lot of things you have to be rich or powerful to know. And he's willing to say, to educate the people in those things. And so that, for me, is inspirational, educational, and almost like a pioneer in freedom in a business sense for the everyday. So that, for me, he's exceptional person.
I agree, and how you're right. He likes to share that knowledge instead of keeping it to himself, and that's one thing I like, honestly, kind of about being a veteran. We tend to sometimes think outside of the box, and we are a lot more open to different ideas instead of just shutting it down and not listening to other people's points of view. And I do honestly like Robert Kiyosaki too. I read a few of his books. I do follow him on social media because, like we discussed in our meeting earlier today, it's about tricking your mindset. You can either be poor or you can be rich based off the habits that you make. And if you surround yourself with those sort of people, you're going to be just like them. So that was a really excellent analogy that you used of him. And thank you for sharing why you like him. And I had one more question about the purpose driven life. Why exactly do you like that book?
Yeah, well, that gave, like it says, it gave me a purpose in my life. It helped me focus. It's a Christian book, and it's basically, it's not saying what to do and not to do, um, because I've never done well with those kind of books or people, but it really gives you the direction that your life, that your personal life, it lets you choose the direction. It's just giving you the kind of motivation and direction to focus your energy instead of saying, well, I like this, and then sometimes I like this, and then you do a little bit of each, but you're not focused on it. Kind of gives you one direction to go in, and so you can kind of not only kind of master that what you want to do, but actually be proficient, be efficient at it, you know.
I agree. It helps, sounds like it helps you find your purpose in life and live more through God's shoes in a way to direct your life purposely and not negatively and be destructive. And a lot of us veterans, we can't tend to live a destructive lifestyle, unfortunately. And and thank you for sharing those three books. And you know, I feel like these sharing books with people not only expands your knowledge, but helps you in tools with life to be more successful and teach others to be more successful. And you should definitely, I don't know if you have already on your property, you should have more books, in my opinion, too. That way, when you are helping these veterans, you can have them read and learn these different skills, and especially when they're connected to us in Five Star around positive people living their purpose. Therefore, we can help them in any way possible.
Yes, I agree with you 100%. I'm already collecting books one by one right now, and within 2 years I should have a small library for people to check out anything from dairy goats to farming to Christianity to traveling Asia, you know. So I have books, multiple books, a few books on all of those subjects.
Awesome, Douglas. And not only just books, remember, guys, and gals, there is audiobooks as well that you can read off of YouTube. Like Douglas stated, you have plenty of positive influences on our social media. One of them, as he stated, is Robert Kiyosaki. So try to get more into a positive mindset and then start making positive changes in our lives and our fellow citizens' lives, especially everything that is currently happening right now as we speak. So many lost people out there in the world who need these tools to help them change their lives. And also, too, Douglas, thank you again for everything that you're building in Philippines, getting connected to the different pastors there as well and community members. And I really want to personally, too, with everything that we've been building here in America with resources to doctors and holistically, I want to eventually bring that approach in the Philippines too and have our own connection of community where we're helping each other and helping the person who has been struggling a lot in their life. And unfortunately, with this coronavirus, you can see how it's affected the whole world, not just one nation. So a lot of people are really suffering tremendously with their mental health. And thank you very much for your time. And everybody have a blessed day. And stay tuned for the continuation of our interviews for 5-star board of directors. Thank you, Douglas. Take care of your family, and you have a blessed day as well, sir.
Wow.